So, as a lot of y'all know already, I might just dead ass be the biggest fumbler standing on this planet. So,
Come on, chat. I can't. Let's get shit to it. I can't even hear the guy.
They looking for the shooter. That was contested.
alright, let's do this one last time. For this time. I promise. So, as a lot of y'all know already, I might just dead ass be the biggest fumbler standing on this planet. So, I
Nah,
asked
for
my
real.
Discord server what their worst fumbling stories were. I mean, times where you had the bag secured and then sold completely. So I could feel better about myself, you feel
You
me?
had the back
And I'm gonna be
secure and
honest,
like
I do feel.
you just took the whole leverage and just put all the money on a 52-year-old player, bro. It's basically how people be fumbling. Like like you just be fumbling people. I'm not trying to call them. I'm not trying. I'm not doing that, bro. You be
Much better after
fumbling the
reading these, bro.
females.
Like, I didn't know y'all could go that far. Like, how the fuck do you fumble because you didn't know what a WhatsApp is, bro? Or because of some mac and
Niggas didn't know what that was. So let me go back. Let's read that. Let's read that, bro.
car? Like, how the fuck do you fumble because you didn't know what a WhatsApp is, bro? Or because of some
Bro, gotta go back.
that far? Like, how the fuck do you fumble because you didn't know what a WhatsApp is?
All right, back in middle school, I asked stunning girl number for homework. She said she can add me on WhatsApp. I found because I didn't know what the hell was out is on WhatsApp. What what L is a WhatsApp? Damn, L reading. I was chronically offline. I always find most dumbest ways to screw up. It's crazy, niggas
Bro?
even know.
Or because of some
I
mac
mean,
and
bro, you can't blame the guy. WhatsApp is not that tough with youngins. You know what I'm saying? I don't use WhatsApp myself. Not yet.
cheese?
Keep riding.
Let's get right into it though. So from my boy King Carson, also known as Work Theory 119. Hope you come across this story because I find it kind of a funny fumble. Back in 6th grade, I had been having a rough first few weeks adjusting to the new school and everything. Eventually though, I started getting used to it and getting the hang of the schedule thanks to this girl. Let's call her Brenda. Brenda at first was just a girl who gave me an orientation around the school, but ended up doing more than that and helped me out with navigating the classes we shared. Back then, I thought she was just being nice because I was a new student. Hey, needless to say, I was wrong. On this one day, I was having way too much fun and ate all of my cafeteria food while talking with friends. What's wrong about eating all the cafeteria food though? Bro saying it like it's some wild thing to eat all your cafeteria food or something. Anyway, I remember it distinctly. It was mac and cheese with a side of some sort of vegetable. Keep this in mind. The day passed by and it soon came time for PE, which was my last period. And to say my stomach was aching would be an understatement. That mac and cheese was having a Spartan battle in there
I ain't
300
gonna
type
lie.
shit.
I ain't gonna lie. W storytelling, bro.
Fucking crab was not thick and creamy, bro. Anyway, as I was out on the field, I took note of this and was trying to find the
You know
best
what to
time and
do.
place to do my business. As I spot a porta potty across the field, I know where I needed to go. It was my destiny. Bro, first of all, why is there a porta potty in the middle of a school field, bro? Like, who put that there? And also, what was in that mac and cheese, bro? But then, as I'm heading towards that direction, Brenda and one of her friends I barely knew blocked me off. Confused, I asked what they wanted. Seeing them both hesitate to speak, I noticed Brenda looked different. She had one hand behind her back, and the other one she was
Nah, I can tell what's going on, bro. Bro wanted to use the bathroom, but the girl just come and block his way. Bro, I would be tripping out. Bro, I'll be tripping out, bro. It's the worst feeling. Like you want to use a bathroom, well, fine. Like you talk, okay, you start talking to this fine chick. Example, right? Lose. You start talking to this fine chick, right? All right. Are you looking over here then? You start talking to this girl, right? Then you guys are having a great, like, the first 2 weeks. On like Friday, you ate that, that mac and cheese. Some real was in there. That's why I don't eat school lunch, bro. It makes me sick. But then you wanted to go use the bathroom, but you see her coming your way. And you was like, oh, we gonna meet up later, and that was the time for y'all to meet up. But you wanted to use the bathroom for y'all to meet up, and then she just pump, and yeah, and you're gonna have to tell, you're gonna be like, hold on, bro. You're gonna have to tell the man up and everything, bro. This is crazy.
Was constantly twisting her finger in her hair. Surprised, I saw Brenda hide her face and shyly ask me out. So like a normal person, in response, I abruptly shit my pants.
What? Oh yeah, that's justified. That's kind of justified because he wanted to use the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's actually hella normal, bro. Like that happened back in Eric's party in '07. Bro, so I don't want to get into detail. Yeah, we're not getting into detail. To put it simply, the girls definitely caught sight, and Brenda's face turned from this cute shyness to absolute disgust. She immediately left with her friend and ran off before I could explain myself. Not only had I fumbled that day, but I embarrassed myself. She avoided me after that. Since that day, I have sworn mac and cheese as my nemesis. Hey bro, I'd make it my mission to make Kraft go broke if this happens to be, I'ma be honest. Like that's just not making me smile. Also, what if she wasn't gonna ask you out, bro? What if she was just trying to get a favor and you let that happen for some reason? I don't even know what to say about this one. What happened to King Carson, bro? Alright, let's move on with marinating.
That's
I started
crazy.
talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 lore, she left me on red and never spoke to me again.
No, what? Why are you talking about that?
You're too smart for me, sister.
Hey, she fumbled you, I'ma be honest.
Yes.
From Poochie, Pussy. I don't know. As y'all know, I'm a Jamaican local. And one day I was going home from school after a long, boring day of sleeping in class. And I arrived at the taxi stand. There were two Latinas, possibly Cuban. They were speaking Spanish, so I could only understand 56% of what they were saying. It sounded like they were lost. In fact, they were wondering where to go get a taxi to where I was going. I introduced myself in Spanish and helped them out, told them where they needed to be. One asked me
Okay.
how old I was and how I learned Spanish, so I told her 16 and she furrowed a bitter lip and smiled. The only way I fumbled was not going in the same taxi with her. Hey man, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't have gone in that taxi, bro. Let me just say, if you did, I wouldn't be reading this story. Take it from a fellow Colombian, bro. You did not want to go in that taxi?
He ain't wanted to go. How you fumble that? You never had it in the first place. That's it. Good, good. Stay over there. Good. You can go now. I'll call you when I'm done. That's the thing about fumbling. That's really the thing about fumbling, bro. Like you never had the girl in the first place. Why would you say you fumbled? You just introduced yourself. You just literally met her. You never had like a full, unless they did, but he just cut it short with the story. You never actually had a full conversation. Yeah, yeah, sitting down, conversation. You get to know her. You just got to know her name when she gone. Why would you go in the same tasky? Oh my god, taxi as her. That was a good like. It's good that you didn't go. There's many other fish in the
I'm telling you
sea.
right now. Or maybe she did want you, I don't know. 10 p.m., tired and bored, and a bit high, I don't know. I'll try and keep it normal with no funny shit. 2019. I was still 17 in fall season. I just moved to a new school because my mom changed jobs. I met this girl in my second week, let's call her Angel. She was also new by only 3 days difference. She sat next to me in every class. We got along pretty well, and my ass could have taken it slow, but being a high schooler and just off her of breakup, I decided to take her on a date. First mistake is setting no time to meet up. Wait, what? How can you ask someone out on a date and not set up the date?
Yes.
Second mistake was having my goddamn phone on Do Not Disturb. How many calls did I miss? 13. So from what I
What?
understand, he asked her to link up, but didn't say when. So when she did call him, bro was on D&D. I mean, she was cool for shrugging it off after we made later though. Next, I took her to the park. We ain't got malls where I lived. And then I started fumbling in every way possible. Responding was still okay. I wasn't adding any input to the convo, no eye contact, and then I remember ranting about my ex for like 30 minutes. Basically showing all baggage I got and attachment killing any opportunity of this
Oh
working
my
out. But it all
god,
died down
bro.
within a month after she started seeing another dude. We still friends, but nothing ever worked out between us. Hey, at least y'all kept being friends, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was the only one who sold the date. From Potato Goose,
You
Jack
can still
Danny,
run it back.
baby. My crush started to like K-pop, and when I asked if these boys are gay, she got mad, and we never talked since. From Cohen's, 1 year ago.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this is a question, bro. Why you getting mad, nigga? But it's good you don't go for these girls that love these K-pop and stuff, but they be weird, bro. They be on some weird stuff.
Me and my friends hatched up a dumbass plan to get him the girl of his dreams. I'm not gonna lie, she
I,
was a baddie, and I still
I ain't
cringed.
gonna lie, me and my mans used to be like, he be like, oh yeah, bro, story time. Okay, my man's one Asian, right? She a little freshman. We're sophomores. It was sophomore this year that just passed. We're going to be juniors now. Right? She's basically a sophomore now. But she was freshman and he was a sophomore, right? He wanted this Asian, but he was too scared to talk to her. She gave him chances. She was standing right there multiple times, close. They had class together. I was like, yo, what are you doing? Talk to her. He's like, bro, she with her friend. I'm like, bet. I know her friend. Me and her friend had class together. We had first mile A day together, right? He was like, all right, bro, we gotta come up with a plan. Okay, we walked around the school. We was like on chill day and some shit. I was skipping. Don't worry about it. Right? I came home. He texted me, like, yo, Tyler, like, oh, we gonna do this. You gonna talk to the friend, and you're gonna tell her that one of your friends want her friend, and I'm gonna come up while she talking to her. Then we come up with a whole shit. The plan did work, but there was a he still fumbled. He fumbled the bag. He leave from the back. So he got she. So when the day I was with him, it was a B day. Then the other day was an A day. First mile, right? This class finished. I walked up. I see her on her phone, the Asian's friend. I see her on the phone. I was like, all right, she here today. I bet I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I gotta do my part. I said, man, so I gotta be a W wingman. I was like, all right. We might do a little too, man, because the friend looked good too. I was like, okay. And I already like I was already a little bit cool with her friend. We talked a little bit, bro. But I ain't trying. I was not trying, bro. You know how I be. All right. So, right, she was leaving. We was leaving, right, and I was like, excuse me, one of my friends wants your friend. I was nervous when I said that. I don't know why I was nervous. Right now, I was nervous to talk to females a little bit. I was a little bit nervous. But end up telling one of my friends. She started smiling. I was like, "Where is he at?" Oh, he over there. I'm like, bro was standing there already, bro. I was like, yo, come on, be shot, be shot. She came. She got his Instagram, right? By the way, bro, I wanted to stream that day, bro. We went and got his Instagram. We waited lunchtime. We talked about my yo, bro. You got the Instagram. We was happy as a bro. It was hyping that nigga up. When it's time to talk to her, he was like, yo, chill, chill, bro, chill, chill. He was like, what do I say, bro? Like, bro, her friends was right there. The same friend, I'm like, she's moving weird. I'm like, what's going on? She moving weird. I'm like, maybe they looked at your Instagram and then she didn't like it or something. I don't know. Cock blocking friend. We came out the cafeteria. She came down a few minutes later. She was walking over to us. I was walking over to them. Then her friend, the same friend I got the Instagram, took the Asian friend and walked the other way. Me and my other man that was with my other man that wanted the girl. No, we started laughing, but trolling this guy we trolling that for the rest of the day. It was funny as mug, bro. You're not getting it. You have problem with your teeth, so you're not gonna get it. You want the other gummy? I'll give you the other gummy. But you're not getting the sour patch. You're not getting the sour patch. Bro, we end up trolling this guy for the rest of the day. But now he has a girl right now. He came back tougher. He didn't take it serious. Obviously I'm like, bro, I told him if anything go wrong, don't blame nobody. Don't take her serious. Anything go wrong in case, because I knew something was up because her friend was moving weird when I was talking to her a little bit. I felt a little weird energy. Maybe I'm lying. But when the time comes, I'm like, something is up. maybe they, I don't know, bro. And it was movie work for the rest of the year. And that same man I was with that day, right? That with me and he was laughing at the guy that wanted the Asian. I told him to go talk to the Asian, and he got the Instagram. Simple, bro. I was gonna do it, but I was like, free, bro, free, bro. I know, bro. This guy was scared, bro. He was like, oh, she already talked to you. She already talked to the other man. I'm not trying to say their names. She already talked to other men. I'm like, bro, he's talking to another girl right now. He's with another girl. Why would you care? He doesn't care. Where would it talked about this? He doesn't care, bro. He's like, I bet. He got the Instagram. But the girl was moving weird too. She told him that she's not gonna text him. Like these females are weird, bro. They're weird, man. Not sure. Let's keep going.
Back at this plan, typing it right now. The grand scheme was to make her trip in a crowd full of sweaty teenagers, and my bro would catch her like on one of those movie scenes.
Oh my
It
god,
never
bro.
happened. We had summer vacation, and then it just struck me. I had a crush on her. At this point, my bro absolutely hates her, and so I decided to take her for myself. Then I realized she shifted to Dang Australia. Dang Australia? Not the end of the story. My down bad ass found her contact, started talking to her in hopes of creating a long distance relationship. Yes.
No.
Where afterwards, I just gave up because I felt like she was uninterested in me. I stopped talking to her so abruptly, and she didn't talk back, so I assumed it was the ultimate end. Then I learned she shifted back to the country, and guess what? One of her besties told me how she had a huge crush on me. Most probably because of my former broccoli cut. What is a broccoli cut, bro? But she gave up on me because I never took her signals. She still likes me at this point of time, but I have no fucking idea what to do. Moral of the story, learn to take signals, please. If she
Like,
likes you, then you just gotta lock in, you feel me?
peep, but there's certain things you gotta peep when a girl like she keep talking to you. She laughing at little stuff that you say. She be like, "Oh, you funny." Or she checking up on you. That's key point. I'm not gonna say too much.
Toasted Duck 209. Like 3 years ago, I liked this girl, but she was in an LGBTQ phase. She said she was lesbian or bi, I think. And at the time, we both liked the same anime and manga stuff and hung out a lot. Neither do I still like anime stuff, nor do we hang out anymore. Anyway, after hanging out all summer, I developed like a massive crush on her. The thing though was that she half failed the school year and went to our school summer school program to try and fix it. And she wouldn't know if she made it till the end of the summer. And then one day, whilst we were sitting on a park bench, she just asked me if I like her. I replied no. And why she would say that? One of my friends had texted her this whole ass paragraph that I was into her. And after that, it was pretty awkward. We both went home. I texted her a few days later and that I was actually into her. And she just said some friend zone and oh, but I'm lesbian or something. And then she failed summer school. I never saw or talked to her again. Yo, this is so sad, bro. Like,
Yeah,
why
that's
did you say
sad.
no, gang? Toasted Duck, bro. RIP Toasted Duck in the comments, bro. From Jolly Pizza Toppings.
Oh
So
my
it's
God.
not that deep. However, it's a generational fumble. In freshman year of high school, I liked this girl, and generally she's considered a baddie. Anyway, I was basically in the bag, and we were low-key feeling each other.
Okay.
But neither of us told the other person.
Oh
One
my
time,
god.
we were walking out of school, and this one guy asked for her snap, and she actually gave it to him, and I did nothing while standing right there. Now they have a child together.
What? Nigga, what? Yeah, that's the ultimate fumble. Oh my god. I can never go down bad that bad. That's down bad, bro. Nigga. Oh my god. Bro, you're done, bro. You're done. You gotta come back, bro. I don't even know it's a comeback for him. You gotta find a way to come back,
Alright,
my
so for the
guy.
next stories, Astrexy fumbled his crush, even though they ended up in the same cinema next to each other. Had a guy fumbled a girl that put her skirt over his head as a way of flirting, somehow, but she ended up being a D1 bop. Casino Alfredo sold because of his phone. Another guy fumbled 2 girls, and the second one thought he was gay. There was this guy who was messing with 3 girls and kinda gave up because it was too much. Ultimate Spidey fumbled MJ because she followed his ex. By the way, I love you too, bro. Timpo fumbled a guy because she was acting cringe. Got asked out on Valentine's and ghosted the girl. Dino Nico got played brutally by a Colombian girl. And Kanye had a friend ask out a girl to a dance even if he couldn't come. And she said yes.
Nigga,
In
what?
conclusion, I love you guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. Like, I love you, bro.
What the
You guys keep me motivated. We just hit 10,000 subs, which is crazy to me. You know, the dream is 100K now. And it's stuff like this that keeps me motivated. You know, the comments, DMs, everything. I
Bro, what happened? Man! Hmm. What happened? Come here. Come on. Come clean this. Anyways, chat. Done. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Fumbling, I fumble some, but it's not, bro. Like fumble, you can still spin back, bro. I've spinning back. I spin back, and I still got the girl. At the end of the day, I spin back on some of the females that I fumbled, bro, and I still got the girl. So fumbling is not in my player build. I don't fumble. I might drop the ball. I might not do the layup. I might not make the open shot. But when I come, okay, that sounds weird. What the? Okay, when I spin back, I hit harder. No homo. When I spin back, my shots are clean. They make it threes. I'm making fours. I'm making full court shots on some shit. That's outside.